Article 1. The influence of Confucianism on East Asian societies. Confucianism, originating from the teachings of Confucius 551-479 BE, has profoundly shaped East Asian societies, particularly China, Korea, Japan, and Vietnam. As a philosophical, ethical, and political system, Confucianism emphasizes the cultivation of moral virtues, the importance of familial and social harmony, and the role of education in personal and societal development. Its influence permeates various aspects of East Asian cultures, including governance, social relationships, and educational practices. In China, Confucianism has been integral to the development of political theory and governance. Confucius advocated for a meritocratic system where rulers are chosen based on their virtues and ability to govern rather than hereditary succession. This idea greatly impacted the structure of the Chinese imperial bureaucracy, where civil service exams influenced by Confucian ideals became a method for selecting government officials. The emphasis on hierarchical relationships and filial piety also reinforced the central role of the family and loyalty to the state, shaping both political and social structures. In Korea, Confucianism played a crucial role during the Joseon dynasty 1392-1910. The dynasty's adoption of Confucian principles helped to solidify a rigid class system and promote a strong sense of national identity. Confucian values influenced Korean society by reinforcing the importance of family, filial piety, and respect for authority. The education system, which was heavily influenced by Confucian thought, emphasized moral training alongside academic learning, aiming to produce virtuous leaders and citizens. Japan's engagement with Confucianism began in earnest during the early Tokugawa period 1603-1868. The influence of Confucian thought contributed to the development of the Tokugawa shogunate's governance, emphasizing the importance of social order and ethical conduct. Confucianism influenced Japanese education and ethics, shaping the Bushido code of the samurai and promoting values such as loyalty, honor, and self-discipline. Although Shinto and Buddhism were also prominent in Japan, Confucianism provided a framework for understanding social hierarchies and ethical behavior. In Vietnam, Confucianism merged with local traditions to create a distinctive socio-political landscape. During the Nguyen dynasty, 1802-1945, Confucianism served as the foundation for administrative and legal systems. The emphasis on filial piety and respect for elders became deeply ingrained in Vietnamese culture, affecting family structures and social interactions. Confucian teachings also influenced Vietnamese education, where Confucian texts were central to the curriculum, promoting the cultivation of moral character alongside academic achievement. Despite its historical significance, Confucianism has faced challenges in modern times. The rise of Western ideologies and modernization has led to debates about the relevance of Confucian values in contemporary East Asian societies. In China, the Cultural Revolution 1966-1976 sought to eradicate Confucian traditions as part of broader socio-political reforms. However, recent years have seen a revival of interest in Confucian thought as a means of addressing modern social and ethical issues, reflecting a complex interplay between tradition and modernity. In Korea, the impact of Confucianism has evolved with the country's rapid modernization and democratization. While traditional Confucian values still influence aspects of Korean life, such as family relationships and social etiquette, contemporary Korean society increasingly navigates the tension between traditional Confucian ideals and modern values of individualism and egalitarianism. Japan has also experienced shifts in the role of Confucianism, particularly after World War I, when the country underwent significant social and political reforms. While Confucian principles continue to influence Japanese cultural practices, there has been a growing emphasis on Western values and global perspectives, leading to reconfiguration of traditional Confucian norms within the context of a modern globalized society. In Vietnam, the influence of Confucianism remains evident but has adapted to the changing socio-political landscape. The introduction of socialist and market-oriented reforms has led to a re-evaluation of Confucian values in relation to contemporary issues such as economic development and social change. Despite this, Confucian principles continue to inform Vietnamese cultural practices and educational philosophies. Overall, the influence of Confucianism on East Asian societies illustrates a dynamic interaction between tradition and modernity. While Confucianism has been a cornerstone of East Asian cultural and political life, its relevance and application continue to evolve as these societies address the challenges and opportunities of the contemporary world. Article 2. The history and cultural significance of Native American art. Native American art is a profound and multifaceted reflection of the diverse cultures and histories of the indigenous peoples of North America. Spanning thousands of years, this art form encompasses a wide range of mediums, including pottery, beadwork, weaving, sculpture, and painting. Each of these artistic expressions serves as a testament to the unique cultural identities and historical experiences of different tribes and nations. Through these artistic traditions, Native American artists have not only preserved their heritage but also conveyed their spiritual beliefs, social structures, and historical narratives. The origins of Native American art are deeply intertwined with the spiritual and communal lives of its creators. Early artworks were often linked to religious ceremonies and rituals. For example, the intricate designs on pottery and textiles frequently held symbolic meanings related to creation myths, natural elements, and ancestral spirits. The art was not merely decorative, but was imbued with purpose and significance, serving as a means to connect the material world with the spiritual realm. With the arrival of European settlers, Native American art faced significant challenges. Colonization brought about immense changes, including the imposition of foreign values and aesthetics. Native American artists were often pressured to adapt their styles to align with European tastes or to produce art for trade and economic gain. This period marked a shift from traditional practices to more commercially driven productions, which sometimes led to the dilution or loss of original artistic expressions. Despite these challenges, Native American art continued to evolve and adapt. The late 19th and early 20th centuries saw a revival of traditional art forms as indigenous communities sought to reclaim and revitalize their cultural heritage. Artists such as Maria Martinez and Charles Saloma gained recognition for their work, which combined traditional techniques with modern aesthetics. This period of revival was crucial in preserving and promoting Native American art on both national and international stages. The mid-20th century onwards marked a significant turning point for Native American art as indigenous artists began to assert their identities in new ways. The American Indian movement and other social movements spurred a renewed focus on cultural heritage and artistic expression. Artists like George Morrison and John Quincy C. Smith incorporated contemporary issues and personal narratives into their work, creating a dynamic fusion of traditional and modern elements. Today, Native American art is celebrated for its diversity and innovation. Contemporary artists continue to explore and reinterpret traditional themes, often using new materials and techniques. Institutions such as the National Museum of the American Indian have played a pivotal role in showcasing Native American art and educating the public about its significance. This visibility has helped to foster a greater appreciation for the richness and complexity of indigenous artistic traditions. The cultural significance of Native American art extends beyond its aesthetic qualities. It functions as a living record of the experiences and values of Native peoples. Through art, communities are able to express their resilience, celebrate their achievements, and address contemporary issues. The preservation and promotion of Native American art are thus essential for maintaining cultural continuity and fostering intercultural understanding. The cultural significance of Native American art extends beyond its aesthetic qualities. It functions as a living record of the experiences and values of Native peoples. Through art, communities are able to express their resilience, celebrate their achievements, and address contemporary issues. The preservation and promotion of Native American art are thus essential for maintaining cultural continuity and fostering intercultural understanding. In conclusion, Native American art represents a vibrant and evolving tradition that reflects the diverse experiences and cultural heritage of indigenous peoples. From its origins in spiritual and communal practices to its contemporary manifestations, Native American art has continuously adapted and thrived. Its significance lies not only in its historical and cultural roots, but also in its ongoing role in shaping and reflecting the identities of Native American communities. Article 3. The history and influence of the French Revolution. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, was a period of radical social and political upheaval in France that had a profound impact on the course of modern history. It marked the decline of monarchies and the rise of republics and democracies. The revolution led to the establishment of a secular and democratic republic that promoted the ideas of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which became foundational principles for many modern states. The roots of the French Revolution can be traced back to various social, economic, and political factors. The financial crisis due to France's involvement in costly wars, including the American Revolution, exacerbated the already existing economic disparities. The heavy taxation of the common people, coupled with the extravagant spending by the monarchy and nobility, created widespread discontent. Additionally, Enlightenment ideas questioning traditional authority and advocating for reason, individual rights, and separation of powers significantly influenced public opinion. The revolution began with the meeting of the Estates General in May 1789, which was convened by King Louis XVI to address the financial crisis. The Estates General consisted of representatives from the three estates: the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners. The commoners, representing the majority of the population, were frustrated by their lack of power and the rigid class structure. Their grievances led to the formation of the National Assembly, which declared itself the legitimate government of France. One of the pivotal moments of the French Revolution was the storming of the Bastille on July 14, 1789. The Bastille, a fortress and prison in Paris, symbolized the tyranny of the Bourbon monarchy. Its fall was a significant blow to the king's authority and galvanized revolutionary fervor across the country. This event is now commemorated annually as Bastille Day, a national holiday in France. The revolution brought about significant changes, including the abolition of feudal privileges, the confiscation of church lands, and the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen in 1789. This document, inspired by Enlightenment principles, proclaimed that all men are born free and equal in rights, and it emphasized the importance of liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. These ideas profoundly influenced the development of human rights and democratic ideals globally. However, the revolution also had its darker aspects. The period known as the Reign of Terror, from 1793 to 1794, saw the rise of radical factions and mass executions. Led by figures such as Maximilien Robespierre, the Committee of Public Safety sought to purge France of enemies of the revolution and protect it from foreign invaders. The widespread use of the guillotine and the suspension of civil liberties during this period left a legacy of fear and mistrust. The revolution's impact extended beyond France's borders. It inspired revolutionary movements in other parts of Europe and the Americas, leading to the spread of republican ideals and the challenge to established monarchies. The Napoleonic Wars, which followed the Revolution, further disseminated these ideas, as Napoleon Bonaparte's conquests brought the principles of the Revolution to much of Europe. In the long term, the French Revolution laid the groundwork for modern political and social systems. It contributed to the decline of absolute monarchies, the rise of secular states, and the promotion of civil rights. The concepts of citizenship and national identity that emerged during the Revolution continue to shape political discourse and institutions today. Despite its many achievements, the French Revolution remains a subject of debate among historians. Some view it as a triumph of human rights and democracy, while others criticize it for its violence and chaos. Nonetheless, the revolution undeniably transformed the social and political landscape of France and had a lasting influence on the world. One of the fundamental ethical principles in scientific research is honesty. Researchers must report their findings truthfully and accurately without fabricating, falsifying, or misrepresenting data. This principle ensures that the scientific record is reliable and that other researchers can build upon previous work with confidence. The consequences of dishonesty in research can be far-reaching, potentially leading to harmful applications or a loss of public trust. Another core ethical principle is objectivity. Scientists are expected to minimize bias in their research by employing rigorous methodologies and being transparent about their procedures and potential conflicts of interest. Objectivity is essential for the credibility of scientific findings and for the advancement of knowledge. Researchers must be vigilant against cognitive biases and other factors that might skew their work. Respect for intellectual property is also a significant ethical concern in scientific research. Researchers must give proper credit to the original creators of ideas and findings. Plagiarism, which involves using someone else's work without appropriate acknowledgement, undermines the trustworthiness of the scientific enterprise and can lead to severe professional consequences for the perpetrator. The ethical principle of respect for persons requires researchers to treat participants in human studies with dignity and consideration. This principle is enshrined in regulations that mandate informed consent, which means that participants must be fully aware of the nature of the research, any potential risks, and their right to withdraw from the study at any time. Ensuring informed consent is critical for protecting the autonomy and welfare of research subjects. Beneficence and non-maleficence are ethical principles that obligate researchers to maximize benefits and minimize harm in their work. These principles are particularly pertinent in medical and psychological research where the potential for physical or psychological harm to participants is a serious concern. Researchers must carefully assess the risks and benefits of their studies and take steps to mitigate any potential adverse effects. Justice is another fundamental ethical principle emphasizing fairness in the distribution of the benefits and burdens of research. This principle requires that the selection of research subjects is fair and that the benefits of research are made available to all segments of society, not just a privileged few. Researchers must be mindful of potential exploitation of vulnerable populations and strive to promote equitable access to the advantages of scientific progress. In addition to these principles, the ethical conduct of research also involves responsibilities towards the broader community. Researchers must consider the societal implications of their work and strive to communicate their findings responsibly. This includes avoiding sensationalism and ensuring that the public is accurately informed about the limitations and potential impacts of scientific discoveries. The role of ethics in scientific research is increasingly recognized in the context of emerging technologies and new fields of study. For instance, genetic research and artificial intelligence present novel ethical challenges that require updated guidelines and policies. Researchers and institutions must engage in ongoing dialogue to address these issues and ensure that scientific progress does not come at the expense of ethical standards. Ultimately, the integration of ethics into scientific research is essential for the integrity and progress of science. Ethical principles provide a framework for responsible conduct and help to safeguard the interests of individuals, society, and the scientific community. By adhering to these principles, researchers can contribute to a trustworthy and robust body of scientific knowledge that benefits all.